All right, guys, so we are at the prep center. Anya is back. She got her first good working out day. It's been about 10 days since second day of working out. It's been about 10 days since she had COVID, and she's feeling really good now. She's back to herself, and she's COVID free, but can't taste anything still. Can't taste anything yet, but now the Chicago Pro it's Monday. Chicago Pro is Saturday, and Anya and Ashley's like, you should maybe think about doing the Chicago. And I'm like, well, and then Anya's like, I would do it. I'm like, it's gonna be so hard if you do it. This week is gonna be impossibly hard because we have to like make up for not working out that whole time and bring you in as close to 100% as we can because we're chasing points. So we are gonna do a physique assessment. It is a little bit crazy to even think about doing it, but we shall see right now.
My fat feet. These are my heels that are too narrow for me. Try it.
So this would be a crazy one, but it'd be a fun story, that's for sure. Dudes. Sorry guys. Dudes, knocked the camera out of my hand. Dude's making it impossible to film. So dudes is making it impossible to film. Just jumped all over me. All right. Let's see, just come over here and hit your front pose, that's all. I mean, how much working out do you got in you? You got 3 days of hard working outs in you?
I'm going after 1 or 2 points, I think so.
You don't look bad. I think you're not as dense, you know. You're not as dense, so we need to create space, and we need to create space to fill you out. You need to work out hard for a couple days, but I don't think it's impossible. I think that you could actually do it and be quite competitive if you're up for it.
You really think so?
Yeah, if you're up for it.
I think my stomach can be flatter too. I know that.
Yeah. You know, it's going to be carb-free life for 2-3 days. And you're going to do cardio, and you're going to have to work out hard. And we're going to cardio you up and work out really hard and then kind of flatten you out and then pray that you fill out right on Thursday. Guess what, guys? Just landed in Atlanta, Georgia for the Chicago Pro. That doesn't make so much sense, right? I think the the Chicago Pro is in Atlanta, and I think we had another one that was in Atlanta that didn't make sense too. I'm forgetting that one. But all these shows don't match the cities that they're supposed to be in. But we are here. We have nationals, Masters Nationals going on right now too, which is really cool. But this is a crazy week because it started on Monday that we didn't even know we were doing a show. And now here we are in Atlanta. I flew in, I think it's 7 a.m. right now, which my flight left at 10:50 in Vegas, so I haven't slept. And I'm gonna get some sleep now, but I have Masters Nationals going on in Pittsburgh right now. So Masters Nationals going on in Pittsburgh, got 3 people, myself doing that. We got a few people from the team doing it as well. And so hoping we can get a pro card or 2, see what happens. It's never easy to get pro cards though, so we'll never know. But now we are here at room 912. We'll see Anya. Anya's dying. She's trying to eat some foods. It is 7:52 a.m. and I'm going to sleep. Sleep for 2 hours if I can, because Masters National is already going on. So Anya is holding water a little bit from the flight. So this is this is the solution. Abs of steel. Just do some abs and steel, and you're gonna go sauna. For some reason, especially East Coast shows, they this always happens with the water retention. I have a worse time with water retention on the East Coast, definitely more so than pretty much anywhere else. So that seems to be pretty consistent too. Anyway, so we're going for it. A day out.
To the left, one, and then I move back to center, and then I move to the right again. So I don't know what that means, but I stay right in the top 3, I guess. So that's fine. But I don't care as long as I do better than I did in Vegas. I'm just happy, you know.
So but in the first class you got dead center.
Yep, and I didn't move the whole time.
So dead center the whole time.
But it was really fun, and I think I looked pretty good. Like I held on to myself, and my stomach looked better than last time too. So
yeah, good thing.
Good. Going up better.
Yeah, good thing we did that first show because it gave us a good lesson of how your body reacts. So
yeah, and my whole presentation, like my hair and my makeup, it looked way better. So I'm really happy.
So while I'm here, Masters Nationals is going on, and it's going really, really good right now. The morning show, I guess we'd say for everyone, just happened, and we have Maria, who I prepped, just got dead center in first call out. Tamia looks like she's going to be getting potentially a first place. Colleen looks like she's getting potentially a first place. I just had Jacqueline get off stage, and she had dead center on, possibly split center, she's trying to figure it out, on one of her classes. And it looks like we have another second, probably a second, a third, or a fourth. We have Natalie that's going to win her class. We think she might win her class. And so, I mean, it's going to be a crazy day. We might have 5 pros by the end of the night. It's like best case scenario, it would be like 6, but worst case scenario, worst case scenario, I guess would be none. But I'm thinking probably 2 would be like our bad scenario today, which is kind of crazy to say. I've had a day one time where I got 6, but that's super, super rare. So we'll see what happens. Today's going to be a good day. Hey guys, so we are watching Masters Nationals. It's going good so far. We have 2 new pros, and I'm watching it on my phone here. So but the problem is in this next top 5 group, we have 2 of our athletes battling it out for the first place position. So we have Jacqueline and we have Colleen, and we shall see how they do. So,
and now moving into your top 5 in your Masters 40.
We're trying not to hear Jacqueline and Colleen's name yet.
Trophy to 528, Diane Worley. Fourth place, 510, Jennifer Meadows.
Okay, well, Jacqueline and Colleen are 1 and 3 at least, at minimum, or top 3 at least.
505 is Jenny Gersek.
Oh, there we go. Well, we got 1 and 2. We got a pro for sure. Just sucks that a teammate has to beat another one to get it, but one of our girls is going pro right now.
Your runner-up in second place. 513 is Colleen Seidel.
Okay, so Jacqueline gets her pro card.
Let's hear it for Jacqueline Lucia,
which is actually my client. This is actually Sam who trains Colleen. So that's a good day. That's exciting. She's worked really, really hard, so I'm happy for you. Every time you get to see this is really cool. So congratulations, Jacqueline. All right, now we got Maria here. So we'll see how she's doing so far. Third she's top 3.
Third place, 481, Jennifer Park.
Okay. This one kind of felt like second. I'm hoping she gets it, though. It's close. It was a split. Come on. Give it to me.
Your runner-up, second place. 571 is Maria. And newly crowned IFBB Pro.
Gosh.
567.
That's how it goes. But that was her first national show, so. Oh, well. Dang. That sucks. Because they actually were moving people around her, and they didn't move her, but they were split center. And then that girl got moved in. And she's holding. What sucks about that one is she looked actually better 2 days ago, and she flew in yesterday. And as soon as she flew in, she was holding a ton of water. You know, we reduced the carbs, we reduced everything, trying to get that water off of her. Had her do some walking around to get her some water off of her, like a sweater on and whatnot. But she was still better a couple days ago, and that damn flight got her. But still pretty good. Happy with second. But man, when you're that close to a pro card, you want that first, you know. Oh well, back to the drawing board, but she's doing really good. So, anyway, that's it so far. And then, tomorrow we got this girl, trying to get some points for the Olympia. And then we also have Jacqueline competing in her pro show too, her first pro show because of yesterday. So we have 2 people competing at a pro show because she got her pro card, so she's allowed to compete. So
that's super exciting. Her pro debut.
Yeah, so if
on the back burner, Jacqueline's more important.
if Anya can get, if she can get a 3rd at this show, she'd pretty much lock up the Olympia. A 5th, she'd be like uncomfortably, like maybe locked up for the Olympia, and 4th would be like an uncomfortable lockup for the Olympia. 5th would give you 15 points. That'd be an uncomfortable lockup because that's usually about what it's going to take. Hey guys, it is the morning of the Chicago Pro. Anya's here. She's getting ready, about an hour and a half or so before we get on stage. Another crappy night of sleep because it is East Coast and I flew in like at 7 a.m. So like weird awake, weird sleep all night, on and off the whole time. But somehow woke up at 9:30, but I was like up at like 1 and 3. I think like 1 and 3 and like 5.
All hours.
Yeah, all weird. So she's ready. Everything's looking pretty good. Almost there.
Almost there.
Hour and a half or so we get on stage. She wants me to cut her hair if I need to. I don't know, this is becoming a thing now. Everyone thinks it's like a normal thing. They're like, oh, can you just cut it? Like it's like I do that. But I don't, so I'm gonna draw the line here. Today's the last time I'm doing it. They're like the hair like shows in a row. Like people are asking me to cut their hair. No, that's not something I do. So anyway, excited? You ready?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I feel very ready. I'm calm. I'm very zen. Just trying to fix my swoop, which is my biggest concern right now, and make sure my hair is not crooked. My hair was crooked at my last show. Without my extensions redone, I gotta cut it again. So
okay, we'll see. We just got back from prejudging. Anya just got done. I don't know where we finished. Whatever, we maybe finished in the top 10 somewhere. I don't know where the call outs. They moved. The call outs were really weird.
So they did like an initial first call out, and then the top 3 they moved out, and then they moved in the next 7, and then they moved out the remaining 4 from that group, and then kept moving girls per call out. So they had us on stage for a very long time, and they really, really worked first and second call-outs. So it's looking like anywhere between, I would say, 10th to 12th place today, and that's what I expected.
Yeah.
Could have done better, but now I know where I stand.
Yeah. So what we say is, when you win, you don't learn. When you lose, you learn. So losing is learning, and so from her, what we saw this time was, with the bigger names in the shows, we need a little bit more density, need a little bit more in the core, more detail in the core, not conditioning, but actual like muscle development, and actually a little bit more size. It's really easy when you're next to these girls to really see it. So you learn a lot from show to show, and I think that's what's important. And this one, I'm actually really happy we did this one, even though we didn't get points like we were after here for, just because it was like so obvious now. It was like, oh, next to her, you need a lot more of this, and next to this girl, you need a lot more of that, and that type of thing. Because when it's such a packed show, because there's like crazy people in this show. You had Maureen, Laura Lee, Bree, Jazzy. You had some serious big names. How many Olympians are in this show? 5?
4.
Yeah. So it's the hardest show she's ever done for sure. But it was very, very obvious next to these people, like, okay, we need this.
Olympians.
6? Yeah, it's a deep show, man. I didn't know that the list was so crazy. And also, just because we have momentum, probably rethinking of, jumping into the show last minute might not have been the best for this show. Maybe for another show, we could have scooped some points. But we need 3 points. No, you still did it. You made it. You're the COVID queen. You made it. COVID queen made it out. Exactly.
I did a 3-day prep.
Exactly 14 days away from your COVID, which is CDC approved. Probably wasn't, the hindsight is always 2020, right? But it was good to get in front of her, and this is what we do multiple shows. I was telling one of the other coaches there too. Like, it takes a couple shows for people to really figure out, like for the coach especially, to really figure out the person. And I had a girl that did the Patriots, and she was way too hard at the Patriots, and I was like, how did this happen? How did she get so hard, so grainy, so detailed? It was way over the top. But luckily we did that show, and then we did our second show together, and we won a pro card in the second show we did together. So it's like, you learn from the first show. But if I would have done the first show at the pro qualifier, she would have got a pro card. She would have probably gotten like 15th place. So you have to like do these things. You have to learn, and you have to like pick yourself up and not get beat up, because this is a very, very tough sport. So that's just something I think that everyone needs to hear. Like, even me, I'm never going to nail every prep the first time. I'm doing this 20 years. With Anya, I think that it's the first time she's gotten in front of, this is going to be like your biggest like junior Olympia level, you know? And now you're like, okay, when you see the pictures, you're going to be like, okay, I do need this. We made some notes of what the things she could improve on stage too, and it's really nice, because it's like a free lesson. Well, I guess it's not free; it costs money to get here, but it's a lesson. It's a good lesson. Like, we couldn't have gotten a better lesson today, you know.
It's definitely a learning experience, and one thing I will say, and that I like say a lot, is like, you have to be so tough mentally in this sport. And when I did my pro debut, I was crushed by that. Like, I'll be totally honest, but kind of being in like a difficult situation, similar to how like I could have felt the way I felt at the platform today. I don't feel like that, because there's no one. I'm super excited to work on it, and it's just us from here. And even just being able to do this and have the opportunity to like travel and compete and stand next to these girls on stage and get in front of these judges is so freaking cool. So we learn, we move on.
All right, now we work on improvements. We go eat, finish at finals. I just saw the bodybuilding, which was crazy. They didn't let us. Oh, just so you know, the reason I don't have any videos here is because they didn't let us record or take pictures or anything. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. We're going to move on to the next one.